Hello and welcome to the next staff interview on the Lotus Lowdown. I am here with Ken from the Wellness Unit. And Ken, we're going to ask you some questions.
Can I plead the fifth?
No, this is not a courtroom.
Oh.
Okay, question number one. How did you get this job?
How did I get this job? Bribery. No, I was working for a company by the name of Minds Matter, and it was during COVID-19. And basically, my company gave me a choice of taking the COVID vaccine, or I would have to go somewhere else, or I could have an option of saying that it was against my religious beliefs to take the shot, and then I would have to go get 2 cotton swabs up my nose every week. So I just gracefully resigned, and I came over here to the clubhouse. I knew they were looking for good people, and I talked to a guy by the name of Corey, who was the clubhouse director at the time, and he interviewed me and asked me what I thought I would be doing at the clubhouse, and I gave him an answer of absolutely everything. So he pretty much hired me on the spot.
Okay.
And that was October 11th of 2021.
Nice. You only been here for like
3 years.
3 years, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you from?
Where am I from? Well, where am I from?
Yes.
Like, where was I born?
Yes.
I was born in Kansas City, Kansas.
Ooh. I was also born in Kansas City, Kansas.
I was born in Missouri.
Well, just kidding. Hey. Have you always worked in the Wellness Unit?
Actually, no, I have not. I've started out doing employment and resources and education, and then the cook that was working in the kitchen, she left, so they didn't have anybody that knew how to cook for 25 or 30 people, so I stepped in. And then the clubhouse director at the time, Leo, asked me if I would like to assume the job. So that's how I became that. And then after the transition from the drop-in center to the clubhouse, basically that's how I became in the wellness unit. They made the kitchen the wellness unit, so that's how I kind of became a wellness guy.
So what's an average day in Wellness Unit like?
Oh, it's living hell. No, there is no average day in the wellness unit. We strive to get 5 or 6 or 8 people there in our unit to make things run a little bit more smoothly and efficiently. Sometimes we only get 1 or 2 people, and we have afternoons like today where we have absolutely nobody in our unit. So we don't have really a typical day in the wellness unit. We strive to get everything done, and we strive to, participate in our model, working, side by side with our members. But sometimes, we just have a lack of members to work with. So there's no typical day in the wellness unit.
Okay, how busy are food box days in wellness?
Are you talking about preparing them or distributing them?
Not either.
Either?
Either.
Okay, on a typical Monday, we get together, and usually there's 3 or 4 of us, and we go back into the supply room and see what we have. We usually give out 7 or 8 items. Sometimes we like to have 3 or 4 people participate. And then normally on Wednesdays, we distribute at least probably a dozen on the average, and sometimes we have weeks that we actually hand out 15 food boxes. So,
What's your favorite thing about the wellness unit?
cooking. I love to cook.
I cook with this guy.
It's in the blood, man. My dad was a chef,
Ooh.
so it's in the blood. I love to cook.
What do you think of the new fans? Aren't they awesome?
Fans? Oh, the new vans, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty sharp. You know, when you're driving around, people expect like the president or the the CIA or the Secret Service to pop up out of them, but it's just us. So we're kind of undercover in our new black Mercedes vans.
We need to do that. Just all dressed up like Secret Service man and come morning out one day like, what the hell's going on?
It reminds me of that song, "Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, so I must make them in."
Okay. I guess you already answered this question. How long have you been with Lotus House? 3 years, right?
Well, I've been with Lotus House almost 3 years, October 11th. I also worked back in 2006 to, I believe, 2008. I worked for Breakthrough also. I worked over there at the office at 6th and Topeka, and my job was I supervised some of the attendant care workers, and I trained the new staff that came in to do attendant care.
Nice. Okay. What's your favorite standard?
My favorite standard? I don't know if I have a favorite one, to tell you the truth. I think they're all good. I think some of them could get kind of updated, you know. And I've heard that there is a committee that looks at the standards that updates them periodically. Or perhaps there's room for a standard or two to be added.
Okay, final question. What do you hope for the clubhouse's future?
The clubhouse's future. Well, I can hope for a lot of things. I hope that we have a lot more members come to our clubhouse. I hope that we get our name out there in the community so people actually know about us. A lot of people have never heard of us. We have 128,000 people in Topeka, and I figured if we could just get, 1 or 2% to be actively involved in the clubhouse, and that means to be coming every day or 3 or 4 times a week. That is hope. That is my hope. Also, housing. We desperately need housing for our members. We have a lot of our members that are not successful with, they can get apartments, but they can't maintain them, or they end up having people stay with them and they get booted out of their apartments, so they need help and they need support, and that would be another hope that we could help create a program to help people stay and maintain their housing. Also, I would like to see Lotus House open up at 8 o'clock in the morning and run until 8 o'clock at night. I've talked to several members that in our clubhouse that have absolutely nothing to do after 4 o'clock. And they usually go home and they get depressed, and they end up either calling the crisis line or going in for some kind of an evaluation or hospitalization. So that would be another hope, to see the clubhouse running from 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. Now, back in the olden days when they had it over at 5th and Western, they had longer hours there. So I think that would be kind of something to strive for. And also, I would like to see our clubhouse working on being more self-sustainable. Growing our own food, maybe canning our own food, We have the hydroponics unit right now, but I'm talking about planting food and growing our own food. And also looking at all of the energy that we waste around the clubhouse with all these lights that are on that, for instance, we have lights on right now, and I don't know why they're on, because you shut them off and it didn't really make a whole lot of difference. So basically, what it all boils down to, I guess, is Ken for president. I don't know.
Okay. That's it. This isn't a staff interview. Ken, thanks for joining me, and we will be right back.